morning and welcome to Today in L.A. I'm Mike Amos. He's Coach Cam Hambritt, and he's Forrest Lee as we start a Halloween day. Where's your trick-or-treat candy this morning, Coach?
Look, my teeth are too bad to eat candy right now. I leave that up to my daughters, and I leave it with my wife so they can.
But it is Halloween, and of course Forrest Lee's out here, and I thought he'd be some kind of something today, but we are celebrating Halloween today on our show, and of course Coach Hambrick who is off this week, and did a little scouting, and now he's getting ready for the Williamson.
What are they? Lions.
Well, that line, the Lions of Williamson against the Trojans of Charles Henderson High School, and that game will be played on a Thursday.
Friday. It'll be this Friday at 7 o'clock.
That's right. We don't have to worry about it this week. That's right, because Troy's on the road. You're right. This Friday at 7 o'clock from and somebody trying to get ready for school on a Halloween day.
Yeah, they're not doing a very good job.
Of course, that is a 7 o'clock kick from Veterans Memorial Stadium right here in Troy, and we're expecting a huge crowd as Troy Charles Henderson starts the playoffs. And congratulations on that, Coach.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. You know, that's I feel like it's been a long time coming. You know, I think Charles Henderson made it 4 years ago, man, three, maybe 4 years ago, 2 years before I got here. So 4. It's been about 4 years since Charles Henderson made the playoffs.
Well, I tell you what, it's a fun time, you know, being that it is Halloween and so forth, and does it distract your players any at all as far as trick or treats?
Oh no, they're locked in. Yeah, they're locked in. They I don't think there are too many distractions that can kind of lose focus. That can help these guys lose focus at this point.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, in Region 1 of 5A, UMS Wright was 10-0, Gulf Shores 9-1, Faith Academy 8-2, and Williamson finished 6-4. They beat out Viger and BC Rain.
Yeah.
So we're playing their number 4 seed. Mm-hmm. Faith Academy will travel to Eufaula.
Yep.
Headland will be at UMS Wright Prep, and Carroll will be at Gulf Shores.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's it's a tough region. That Mobile region has a lot of 3 out of those 4 teams are in the top 10 in the state. Mm-hmm. So you know, it's going to be tough for Region 2 to come out there with a few wins.
And of course, we've got a lot of the Mobile schools in our region. What I'm saying, not our region.
Coach, what scares me is Williamson only got beat by UMS Wright 17-8.
Yeah.
UMS Wright was undefeated. That's all your players need to know right there.
Yeah, Williamson's a tough team. You know, they play hard. They're young. They're physical. Their defense is stout. They have some pretty good football players. They have linebackers that fly around pretty good. Up front, you know, they're small, but they're feisty. They have a big guy in the middle that can plug. He's a true plugger. You know, it's going to be hard to move him. But DBs, they're young on the back end. So, you know, we see the matchup that we're going to try to take advantage of, and I'm pretty sure they're doing the same thing as well.
Well,
they're coached by a former Auburn player, Antonio Coleman. Is that correct?
Yes. And they have Sherman over there as well. I think he played at Auburn, and they also have big what's his name? He played first round draft pick from LSU. Quarterback.
Russell. They got Russell?
Yes.
Oh, really? They do have a experienced staff. You're right.
Yeah, so I think he calls the plays, actually. I think he's offense coordinator.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So they have a lot of football minds over there. So I expect nothing but the best from them.
Yeah, well,
Russell signed a contract for about $60 million at one time.
Yeah, at one time he was the most sought after player in America, and let's don't even get into it. All that would be let's just say he didn't have a good pro career, you know, like that. So many people. Well, I mean, it's good as so many people anticipated, you know.
Yeah.
I'd like to interview him one day. I know that. That's an amazing story.
Yeah, it is, man. He's a good guy though. I've chatted with him. sat down with him before, him and his family. So went to his mom's house a long time ago. But he's a good guy.
Yeah. Coach,
Yeah, he's a quarterback that's about 6'6", about 250.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Pretty good size.
Yeah, he's 6'6" now. He's probably about 220,
Hey,
225.
Coach, how many times do I have to say this, Mike? The coach can't play.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good. I would down that game.
What kind of offense does Williamson run?
A lot of 20 personnel. They'll run the ball, they'll pass it. It's pretty spread about. They have some pretty good guys on that side of the ball that can make plays. So they like to keep it, on the perimeter, try to use their speed to try to outrun you. Then they'll change the pace and try to run it downhill down your throat. So
Last year we played them, didn't we?
yeah, we played them last year. Yeah.
39-22, Williamson.
Mm-hmm. At halftime, we were down 6-12, something like that, 8-12 or something.
Was that a regular season game?
Yeah, it was a regular season game, and that was a young, inexperienced team. So Williamson is a different team, and so are we. So I'm excited for the match on Friday.
Yeah. Of course, you. How do you look physically? Do we have any? I know we're probably still trying to get over some bruises and so forth, but how do we look?
Yeah, week 11, there are going to be some bumps and bruises, but I don't think there's any type of thing, even an apocalypse can stop these kids from playing in this football game. So they're ready mentally and physically, I think.
Well, we're excited too, Coach, and
should be a huge crowd, Coach. I hope everybody comes out and supports. Tell everybody out there, you can't buy a ticket anymore at the gate like you used to. How do you get how do you get into the game? Just do it now.
Yes. So GoFan app. Right now, the Alabama High School Athletic Association is taking over henceforth. So there will be no ticket sales at the gate.
Oh boy.
Everything will be on GoFan.
Hey, I can't get in. I didn't bring my computer with me or whatever. Now, what will they have to say at the gate?
I'll just tell you to go home.
Yep, go home and buy another one right then. So.
But now that means you got to have a telephone, don't you?
Yep, you got to. Now, if you buy the ticket and they have the game and you don't show up, then that's the benefit from for us, not for the fan. If you buy it and you can't come, you won't get your money back. But it guarantees you that spot because I feel that the Trojan community is going to come out and support heavily.
It's $10 a ticket, and I think they'll charge you an extra $1.
Yeah, so it'll be $11.
But I just pulled it up here.
Yeah.
You type in Charles Henderson, and then it pops up. They're playing Williamson. Kickoffs at 7 o'clock. It's the football 5A first round. 7 o'clock. View event details. There it is.
Tell us one more time about the brackets. Tell us the team is in the brackets right now, Coach.
For us, we play Williamson. Faith Academy plays Eufaula.
And you're in that region? You would play the winner of Faith Academy of Eufaula if you win?
No, he's going to play the winner of Selma Tallahassee.
Yeah,
boy.
So where we are, it'll be us, Williamson, Selma, Tallahassee, UMS Wright, Headland, and Beauregard, and I forget who they play.
Yeah, I got you. But of course, we should have a little advantage going in with Williamson. We played them last year in a regular season game, and you were able to go down and watch them in person, and so you pretty much have a plan already. Is that right?
Yeah. We have a plan. Hopefully, we can execute that plan and come out with the victory. Both teams are going to come with their A game. So I expect my guys to do so, and they expect them. I'm pretty sure they do as well. So,
well,
after watching y'all so much this year, I feel like the only way y'all's defense can really give up a lot of yardage is to run right at y'all. Your defense ends, your outside linebackers are so good and athletic. I mean, I don't know why most teams don't try to run straight at you or run the screen game against you, I guess. But I mean, or the draw or something like that every once in a while. Because I mean, there's not many guys that can sit back there maybe 2 or 3 seconds at best and not have pressure. Nobody can block y'all so far this year.
Yeah, we have a good crew of ends, and with the addition of Zari and Mack for the last 3 weeks, it shows. You know, when we lost against Beauregard, and we played Rehoboth, and there was somebody else in between. I think St. James. The anchor in the middle wasn't there, and you can tell. I mean, everybody just ran it right down our throats. And when he came back, the Eufaula game, it showed. And they broke the first run for about 50-some yards. After that, everybody settled down, and it was, pretty steady from there.
St. James beat Carroll. St. James was really good.
Yeah, St. James is a really good football team.
Yeah.
They have a few Division I football players over there for sure.
Well, also, and I kept telling you all year long, watch out for Rehoboth. Well, Rehoboth beat Long of Skipperville in a big rival match, and Rehoboth beat them.
Yeah, Rehoboth is they're a scrappy team, and they're gonna do what they do, and that's pound the ball and try their best to take your wheel, and they won't give up. They've never given up. So it's going to be scary next year, with Headland and Rehoboth and those teams trending the right way. Region 2 next year is going to be a coin flip for sure.
Yeah, no question about it.
Watching your former linebacker, Mac Wilson, playing for the Patriots yesterday. He was looking pretty good.
Yeah, Mac's flying around, man. He's coming into his comfort zone. He needed a Nick Saban type coach for him. He's a great athlete, one of the best athletes I've ever seen in my life.
At Alabama, he was great in coverage.
Yes.
He always would. I don't know how many interceptions he ended up in his career, but he was always around the ball.
Yeah, and he can jump out the gym. Yeah. He's just a freakish athlete.
And speaking of that, Belichick became the second all-time winningest National Football League coach. It's
Yeah, he passed George Hallis.
Hallis, and of course, number one is who's at the top of the list? Shula.
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
Oh, Dunn.
Coach, did y'all go anywhere over the weekend? Did you go watch any games with any players?
Oh yeah.
Friday, I went to UMS Wright to watch Williamson. Saturday, I actually went to the Magic City Classic down in Birmingham, Alabama A&M versus Alabama State, which was a great game. Because
Alabama State came back and won, didn't they?
Yeah, they came back, won the game. And A&M had a chance to kind of tie the game at the end. They threw an out route at the 3-yard line with 6 seconds left. They weren't able to get back on the ball to spike it, for the next play. So it was a thriller. I was happy that I saw a good game.
How's Legion Field? Not the ballpark?
It looks the same. It looks the same.
I can't believe they haven't moved that game to Protective Life Stadium yet.
Yeah, I think that means that they'll probably have to pay UAB in some shape, form, or fashion. I mean, they pay the city, I'm pretty sure, to play the game there, and rightfully so. They can easily make that game a home game. A&M has a pretty good facility. Alabama State's facility is almost brand new. I mean, it's not even 10 years old, so they can make that game a home game.
Coach Summerall is from Huntsville, and he grew up at Alabama A&M, running up and down those stadiums.
Oh man,
that's where he used to work out back in the day. So.
Yeah, that's when I played in the Alabama North South All Star game. That's where we played at Alabama A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, our seniors this year. How many seniors do we have?
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got.
Now you were talking about the kid that
Right now.
that was injured and now is back at full speed. Tell us about him.
Zari Mack, 10th grader.
He's just a 10th grader.
Yes, he's Zari on is about 6'2", maybe 215.
Yeah.
He's not that big, but his
It's pretty big to me. My boy.
his heart is about as big as his building, though.
Yeah.
He's undeniable. If determination is through the roof. So having him, as an anchor in the middle, it doesn't seem like much. Usually you say anchor in the middle, you're thinking 250 plus pounds.
Yeah.
He's not that, but he plays like it.
So he's a nose pretty much.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's nose.
And creates habit with that center and that quarterback.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wally and Neil have a fun time talking about him on on Friday nights.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it is Halloween Day, and Coach Quinn Hambrick is our guest, as he always is on a Monday. And Coach, you've been so loyal to us.
Sure.
I know this is a big week for the Trojans, and to get ready for a big, strong football team from Williamson High School in Mobile. And again, the game's going to be played right here within the friendly confines, Coach, of Veterans Memorial Stadium.
No doubt.
And if you'd like to talk to Coach Hambrick this morning, give us a ring at 372. Well, actually, 372-0052. 670-0052, and ask questions that you have with Coach Hambrick. And Coach, now you have a lot of people say you didn't go to the morning practice, but you have a couple of classes that you go to in the mornings.
For the football?
that would probably be in the afternoon.
I know, but like this morning, you have the first two bells.
This morning I teach. Well, actually, I'm strength and conditioning coach for all sports at Charles Henderson. So, first, second, and third block is usually the regular students / other athletes, and then fourth block I keep the boys.
And then of course you get them that they actually practice at what time?
We'll probably start around 3:30 every day.
Yeah.
We either live to do special teams every fourth block.
Yeah.
It's going to be something that we have planned.
So this is a real great opportunity for you to get down everything you want to get over to them this afternoon.
Oh yeah.
And then you take it from there. Is that right?
Definitely. Yesterday, we came in. It was raining, so lucky for us, we have an indoor facility. So we practiced a little bit, flew around. It was a lot of click clacking in there. So they seem focused right now.
Now the indoor.
Isn't that crazy? An indoor facility. They're a 5A high school, and you have a Division I football program across the street that doesn't have an indoor facility. What is wrong with that picture?
Coach
Isn't that baffling to you that y'all have an indoor facility, but Floyd University does not?
Yeah. They have the space for it.
I know, and they got the money for it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they haven't built it.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. Just talking about the indoor facility, the turf and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How often is that refurbished or sanitized throughout the year? Just because I've never been exposed to it. Or
yeah. So I have a.
Or how old is it? Do we know?
It's over 10 years old.
10 years old.
It's probably time to take it up and put another one down. But we do a job. We bring the gator in, and there's some type of brush machine that we use to make sure that those
pellets.
Yeah, those pellets are the rubber pellets are smooth across, so the grass or the turf can continue to.
The last college to use it was Oklahoma State. They used it.
Boy, they got their brains beat out this weekend.
They sure did.
48-0.
Oh boy. But
Kansas State beat them 48-0. They've been scoring on everybody all year. Oklahoma State didn't even score a point.
I know, it was unreal. But Coach, to have a major college team, and I can always remember Coach Fountain was trying to walk through there while they were practicing. Mm-hmm. While Oklahoma State was practicing, and the Oklahoma State coach said, "Who is that? Hey, you're not supposed to be here." and Coach Fountain looked up and said, "Hey, I can be here as long as I want to." and he was just walking through the facility to pick up something at one of the lockers.
Yeah.
And he said when the Coach Fountain, the Oklahoma State coach, found out about it, he sent one of his coaches over there to apologize. But
I mean, you're still at a school, so you should expect somebody to walk through a facility that's not yours. I mean, it's just anything. I mean, you can ask a question, maybe a custodian or anything. So
as a long-range goal,
Troy won the game and won it big that day.
yeah.
As a long-range goal, as far as needs in your athletic department, what are some of the goals that we have as far as facilities or programs or adding anything?
Yeah, we are actually trying to, and I'm talk to Mr. Wheeler about it. You know, he helps me a lot with a lot of stuff. You know, I don't.
The assistant principal?
Yes.
I met him the other day.
Yeah, I don't shout him out enough. You know, I need to shout him out every time I talk about my coaches, but because he's a vital part in the process of that we're going. But you know, we knew in the weight room in particular, because every sport starts there. You know, we need boards and new racks on this side. So we have 18 racks now, which are good, and about 18, all of them work, but you know, at some point we'll have to replace those as soon as possible. So, and plus it beautifies the weight room when you have that sparkling wood on the ground down there. And
now, are y'all able to?
I got a good buddy that works for Wright Equipment Company, Coach. Just let me know if I need to give him a call.
Yes, sir. No doubt. I think all of our stuff is right. So, yeah, they make the best weight equipment that I've seen.
Well, I'll tell you this. Well, I won't tell you this, but you need to get the things done that you feel like that is going to benefit you and make you competitive.
Definitely. Yeah, you know, so, you know, and then helmets are.
Yeah.
We talked about a few weeks ago. We talked about Mary Montgomery and how many players that they had.
Over
I can
125.
imagine if you're talking, let's say 150 times 600 per kid, and you send those helmets off, and you know you have to pay for those helmets, and 50 of those
they have to get refurbished.
Yes. So and you got 50 helmets that get rejected because either they're cracked or they're too old. Now you have to buy 50 more helmets the next and so that expense gets up there, like it gets up there. So, but
yeah, helmet only lasts 5 years? Is that
it's 10
regulation?
10 years.
10 now still.
It's $600 a helmet.
Maybe. I've seen some new helmets college football players are wearing. I've never seen anything. Look at it, almost looks like a softball helmet.
$90,000.
Clear glass, and it looks like the face mask.
Who is the most? Is it Bike or Rydell, or who's got the market?
Rydell and Shutt. But
yeah,
you know, it's crazy when the pandemic hit, everybody stopped working, including the helmet, workers.
Yeah.
So, we ordered 30 helmets for the middle school in April. They hadn't seen them yet.
Yeah.
So, it's just a shortage. It's a shortage everywhere, and it's still like that.
Yeah. Speaking of the middle school, how did they do this year?
I feel bad actually because I'm the only, from high school down, I'm the only coach that has lost. Besides, not including Coach Summerall. We've lost one. The middle school's undefeated. And I think the 6th and 7th grade, rec league team is undefeated as well. They just beat somebody 54-0.
Yeah,
so
I wrote down that
game.
Yeah, Bart Snyder just texted me and said, pat you on the back. And
my guy.
Get them again. Get them Friday.
My guy. Yeah, every Friday.
I'll follow you.
Every Friday, Coach Snyder is going to text me every single Friday. So shout out to Coach, man. You still coaching my book,
He brought a message at our church yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, he can really.
Oh, he's a great man. No question about it. And now he's got time to do more things for every school around. No question about it.
Yeah, good man.
Of course, it is Halloween, and of course, remember, trick or treaters are going to be out tonight. You got to be real careful where you drive and be good to these kids. These kids, when they say trick or treat, you don't have to jump up and just run to get the candy, but you ought to get something. Hey, but the problem is you 6-footers and above, y'all are not allowed to trick or treat.
Right. You know, that's it.
No, I'm being facetious.
I would imagine he didn't have any players that wanted to trick or treat.
But when I would
probably my old lineman.
Hey, let me tell you when
I'll tell you what, there could be a lot of people turning lights off. I know that.
Right.
That was always when I was a kid growing up. They turned lights off and hid.
Yeah.
a lot of people don't want to do trick or treating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's be a good sport. Be a good sport, and you know, and of course we're excited about the week and coming up with the first round of the playoffs with Williamson and Charles Simpson played right here at Memorial Stadium in Troy, and we're excited about it. Coach, what like you said, you don't have a lot of just looking at what you've seen. How do y'all match up speed wise?
We're fast. I mean, that's not bragging. That's
the first thing I would have said.
Yeah,
about
we're a fast team, and they are as well. So that matchup, I don't think is an advantage either way.
Yeah.
You know, up front, you know, defensively, our D line is a little bit. Yeah. We match up pretty good because they have two guys that are small. They have some big guys on there. So offensively, you know, our O line is huge.
Yeah. I'm gonna knock on wood, Coach. You know those saying about knocking on wood. Well, tell me about your kicking game. To me, it looks like it's one of the best I've ever seen at Charles Simpson.
Yeah, Nick is coming along. You know, when we left, you know, Veterans Memorial and started kicking with high school regulation goalposts, he started making them. You know, and I think when he sees that Troy U goalpost and it's a little more narrow, I think mentally it kind of messes with his psyche.
Yeah.
And he can do it.
And he's kicking in the stadium.
Y'all gonna get it changed before the game?
I'm not sure. I have to look into that for sure.
I don't know.
Seemed like it'd be a requirement by the.
Troy doesn't play this week at home. I mean, they don't play until Army.
Yeah.
On the 12th, so yeah.
And I'm not sure if you know, is it the type goalpost that will move that you can move?
It should slide.
Yeah, it should slide. I mean, that would be my assumption.
What is it? Sure. How many inches is it? 16 inches or what?
I'm not sure.
I had it written down one time. It's a good 5 feet. I believe.
Exactly. But you know,
usually Coach Williamson would be in awe playing in a big 30,000 seat stadium. I imagine they play all their games in the lab stadium that holds 42,000, don't they?
Yeah. But you know, I'm not sure the capacity in which the people come. You know, so it may be, you know, the stadium may be big, but it may seem small, and that's one thing that is advantage, disadvantage here. You know, we can have, you know, 2,000 people. And it'll look like 500 because the stadium.
That's right. Yeah.
Because the stadium is so big. So, and that's why I tell the kids, you know, they're here. They're here. They're just spread. They're just
Coach,
spread around.
And Coach, I'd like to say this, ladies and gentlemen. You know, of course, the Charles Simpson football team has been as good as I've seen in a long time on the field. But there are two other groups I want to talk about. One is this. All-star cheerleading squad that we have. We placed second among the top teams in the entire state cheerleading. And then, of course, we want to congratulate our marching band, Coach. I think it gets better every time I watch it.
Yeah, they do a good job. You know, I really like, you know, the band in the football game kind of sets the tone. You know, and they play loud.
Do y'all coordinate? Do y'all coordinate pretty much?
Well, he knows when our offense is on the field, silence. And when the defense is on the field, you play those drums and you blow those horns. So, he knows that. And, you know, shout out to Miss Hillary Lee and the cheer squad for qualifying for nationals. So
aren't they going to another competition this weekend?
Yeah, they're going
to Birmingham, maybe.
Yes, I think. Mobile, Birmingham, one of
the two.
Yeah, I know.
And if you do well there, you go to the state.
Yeah, state will be in Birmingham. I know that. So,
and that's and your kicker probably kicks it in the end zone. I don't know if y'all have any kind of stat for it. More than any kicker I can remember. Listen to this: high school or college.
Yeah, he's going to kick it. You know,
I mean, what makes it? He's not a big guy at all. What makes him have this big?
His calf muscle is about as big as my head. He's small, but his calf muscles are huge.
Well,
They're huge.
I was wondering why this guy.
Who do you have as your special teams coach?
Me.
And
Yeah.
and you pretty much tell him to kick it in the end zone most of the time. Is that right?
Yep. Kicking it in zone. See.
And the percentage-wise, what I'm saying, percentage-wise, I would think that he rates up there with a lot of college kickers on
Yeah.
how many times he kicks it in the end zone.
Now it's his percentage will go based off of what I tell him to kick it. So if I tell him to kick it in the end zone, about 95% of the time,
Isn't that amazing?
It's going to make it there. Now the ones that you see are sky kicks and stuff like that. Those are my calls, or squibs. Those are my calls. So we can't count those against.
But if you could not worry about it, of course, if the ball goes in the end zone, it's touched back and it's brought out to the 20-yard line or 25.
20.
The 20. If you could tell your team every time we're going to kick it in the end zone and not worry about a kickoff, that's a worry that I wouldn't want to have,
Yeah, because you got elusive guys back there that can return it 45.
And then don't you have, aren't you doesn't it sort of scare you a little bit when you see a guy break clean,
Yeah, like I said, we put a lot of starters. Out of 11, I'm pretty sure I have 8 starters out there on kickoff. I mean, we take that serious.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not going to put those 9th, 10th graders out there that, we're going to put the best out. If you can't play special teams for me, then you can't play.
You are exactly right. And a lot of people, like you said, try to replace a lot of the young kids that don't get to play. Hey, listen, you don't want to give the worst thing in the world. And of course, it would have an impact on your whole team and let the other team run it back.
Yeah, it does. It does. Now Nick takes it personal if you start running. Number one, he's top 5 fastest kids on the team. The kicker is.
Is he really?
The kid he's a blazer. I asked him to play receiver for us. Just run the go ball, please. He can run.
But is he your safety on after he kicked it? He's dropped back?
He's gonna run. The only kid he hadn't run down is the amazing Ian Foster over there at Pike County. Other than that, he's going to run you down.
All right, while we're talking about him, Pike County lost a heartbreaker. I mean, a heartbreaker, 21-20 to Houston Academy.
Yeah.
And I watched the game, and let me tell you, Pike County had a better team. I thought they had some tough breaks.
Yeah, Coach Mark Hurst, he's gonna shock a few people. They're going into in the 4th seed.
I sure had to play them, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, that's how we were. That's how we were at Hillcrest.
Yeah.
We was a 4th seed that made it to the semifinals. We beat 3 number 1 seeds going into the semifinals before we lost.
That you were exactly right on that Auburn. That big victory Auburn was going to have over Arkansas too.
Oh me? Oh, you mean
the difference in high school and college goalposts?
All right, here it is.
All right, your college goalposts are 18 feet 6 inches wide. High school's goalposts are 23 feet 4 inches wide. So there's a 4 foot 10 inch difference.
Boy, that is a big
like
difference
this.
Right there.
That's about like that.
Yeah.
So if you get them
Coach,
to,
you owe that kicker an apology.
we're gonna call Troy University at 8:30 in the morning. Hey, let's speak to your field manager.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to widen them for us.
Yeah.
And
So he's
please.
and he don't Nick is the type of kid though. He doesn't even want to change it because he's just that type of competitor. He's like, Coach, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
So you feel like percentage-wise, he's getting better on the extra points and anything inside the 30-yard line.
But I look at
He's
it
only
this
missed
way.
1.
If he misses by that much, and it's for the game, we're 0-0 right now. Wide,
All these
just widen them.
schools listening right now, Coach, that you beat this year at home, and they're all going to protest because of uprise.
Well,
that's perfect.
We had them moved.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Of course, this show is brought to you by Troy Bank and Trust Company, the only bank you'll ever need. And I know Coach Hambrick, again, he didn't have to come on this morning, but you're starting to feel like that if you don't, there's bad luck.
Look, I gotta come. It's a part of my routine. My wife, my kids know that Monday mornings It's today in LA.
And I hope a lot of you guys out there are watching this morning. And, of course, the Trojans getting ready to do battle with a very good team from Williamson High School in Mobile. And far as what else we got going on this morning?
I just say it's for Coach Hambright. Probably when he first walked in the door this year to prepare for this season, quietly he's thinking December the 1st at 7 o'clock in Auburn. Then put it to the side. Now it's 0-0 Williamson. All brain activity is on.
Coach, if you had any player that you wanted to step into the huddle and give a hoorah for the Trojans, who would it be? What player would you say is your leader, your first class leader? Will it be a senior or will it be a junior or what?
There's a senior and 2 juniors that I feel that if they speak.
And this is a great compliment to you 3 guys right here.
Yeah, Damian Hart, Jawan Boyd, and Parker Adams.
Those 3.
Those kids, if they speak, it's going to be quiet.
And they're juniors, is that right?
Hart's a senior.
Yeah, Hart's a senior.
Okay, yeah, Hart's okay.
Yeah.
And they're your leaders, pretty much.
Yeah, they it runs. And believe it or not, I have a 10th grader that if he wants to take over the huddle, he can.
Yeah.
That's Zion Grady. We're not talking about a game. We're talking about the huddle.
Yeah.
Zion is a coach on the field. His football IQ is through the roof to be a 15-year-old.
How did he get it? Is a father or uncle or granddaddy or what? How did he get that way?
He studies the game. He absorbs everything. When he went to the Auburn camp, coaches were coaching him up. Like, Coach, he's the most coachable kid in this camp. They tell him to do it, and he attempts to perfect it the very first time. And if he don't get it the first time, you doggone skip it, he's gonna get it the second time.
So all your players know who Zacchaeus Etheridge is, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Zacchaeus Etheridge, and I said, well, look, I said, we don't need to call this kid Zacchaeus every time he gets the ball. Let's shorten it to Zach.
When I brought him there to Auburn,
did he come over and see him?
Yeah, Etheridge. They put the camera on him. They followed him. He's like, Coach, man, you wasn't playing, man. He's a dude. I said, I never lied to you.
I mean, can you imagine after the season's over? I mean, all the trips he's going to be able to go on. I mean, he can go to every big-time college program in the country.
He can go to Southern Cal if he wanted to, and the UCLA, and they take him to Hollywood. UCLA is located right in the middle of Hollywood.
Yeah, so he's going to be a kid that we've been to Florida State, Auburn, Tennessee. We're waiting on Georgia and LSU. That's kind of his thing right now. He's waiting on those.
Well, I tell you what, it's exciting times, and Coach, we again appreciate so much you coming by and joining us. And Coach, you need to work out now. I'm afraid you're getting out of shape.
I
Coach.
need to.
Is that where you're going to the weight room?
I don't want to lose. I want to keep the respect of my players.
Coach, let me tell you this, and I think I speak with Forrest and Steve up in the booth and everything. Hey, we love you, buddy.
Yeah,
Good luck to you. Win or lose, my friend.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Good luck to you.
No doubt.
We'll be back to more of Today in L.A. right after this.
Hey, this.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
These teenage years can be tricky to navigate, especially when it comes to teaching my son about managing money. I'm thankful for helpful tools like Sidekick from Max. With Sidekick, requesting and rewarding money is easy. He can earn it by completing chores, making honor roll, or simply making a request from his own app. I love that I can easily monitor his purchases and set limits to help him learn to make smart choices with his spending, even on video games. Sidekick. Find it in your Max app.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them. Protect them.
Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
And back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by our good friends at Bird Drugs on the corner in downtown Troy. And, of course, for a great breakfast this morning, Bird Drugs is the place you want to be. Wonderful breakfast. And tell us a little bit about Miss TSU.
All right. We, this past weekend, a young lady by the name of Abigail Grantham, she's a junior studying education.
Rafe's granddaughter, who starts to Troy next year, is from a beautiful young lady from that town.
And Halloween theme, the Make-A-Wish Foundation is turning pumpkins into carriages was her platform.
Yeah, that's really something.
And she sang vocally. I'm not sure what she sang. We had two more entrants, Katrina Story from Prattville and Rebecca Webster from Springfield, and a young lady from Marianna, Florida, Jordan Domagets.
And that was
the contestant.
Yeah,
so
the contestant.
Congratulations to Abigail Grantham.
And I want to say hello, and I just found out just recently that Chris Amos, my nephew's lovely wife, was the MC for the event, that's and right. I was proud of her.
Yes, sir.
Well, she's a Plexus superstar, so she's a social media darling.
Yeah.
On Plexus and Instagram, and I imagine that was right up her alley to be a host of a beauty pageant.
Years ago,
especially one that she won.
It seemed like she won that crown several years ago. Isn't that right?
She did. Yeah, she was Miss Troy State University.
Yeah. A couple of other things. Tori Hester, a Troy University volleyball player, and Davis Kilcrease, who plays football at Pike Liberal Arts, were named the Troy Bank and Trust Athletes of the Week. Also, there is a walking trail at the Arboretum that just recently opened. It's open every day of the week from sun up to sundown.
You know, a lot of people don't even know where the Arboretum is, but it is one of the lovely spots on
the Arboretum or the
Arboretum.
Arboretum.
It's on Pell Avenue. Yeah. But Maya Johnston of Girl Scouts Troop 9327, she chose the trail as her Girl Scout Gold Award project. So it is open. They had a ceremony this weekend from sun up to sundown. You can walk the trail.
Now, do you have parking? And
there's parking.
Okay.
Yes. As you're going down Park Street, say you're coming from the post office down the Park Street. When you get to the top of the hill, there's a three-way stop.
Yeah.
Take a right on Pell Avenue where Fraternity Road
know that,
is,
yeah.
and the nursing. Right as you make that turn, take your first right, and you can go up in there to the Auburn Reedham, and there's a walking trail. And also the Salvation Army, their fall camp stew is in full swing. It'll be ready.
And I've already bought
November
mine. That's right. They'll be on here for just a tad bit.
This Thursday's delivery date. 808-1069. So those are some local things going on. And congratulations to Michael Jr. Amos. He won last week's Pick'em. He was 27-7. I finished second at 25-9. Steve was 23-11, and Big Mike.
Boy, I don't know where I was.
Week,
I don't know where I was. I know I took only one I thought that I took that was wrong with Auburn.
Yeah, big news at Auburn this week. Looks like John Cohen, the Mississippi State athletic director, is going to jump ship and leave Starkville and go to Auburn and be Auburn's new AD. He was a longtime baseball coach at Mississippi State, head baseball coach at Kentucky. So, got to think if Cohen is going, that maybe Dan Mullen might be in the mix as Auburn's next head coach.
I can't see it.
And then a name you keep on hearing more than any of those, Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze could be in the mix, but Hugh Freeze just signed a contract at Liberty for the next 8 years at Liberty University. Keep in mind, this is Liberty. $40 million.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't believe he's going anywhere.
$5 million a year to coach at Liberty.
Gosh, well, oh, boy.
I mean, Troy's coach, John Summerall, maybe makes close to $1 million, and that's the most ever any Troy coach has ever made.
Well, what is their conference affiliate?
Liberty will join the Conference USA in 2 years.
With Jacksonville State. It'll be Liberty and Jacksonville State playing for the championship every year.
Well, Western Kentucky's really good.
But tell them what happened to Western Kentucky this past weekend, and I reckon I was the only one that picked it.
They got beat by North Texas.
North Texas walloped them. Really just walloped them. All right, we got more.
Auburn, though, you got to admit, it's a train wreck.
Well, they still have that.
Auburn's a train wreck, and A&M is a train wreck like I've never seen. Now, A&M scored a late touchdown that made a lot of people happy. But I will say this. Jimbo Fisher, they might buy out the $86 million. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I know.
They're atrocious.
And you know what? He looks atrocious. Have you noticed him lately, Mike? He looks like one of those, Terry Beasley at his greatest height.
I'm not going to lie, though. For A&M, they showed a stat. I think they finally scored over 28 points for the first time in 15 or 16 games. They had not scored at least over 24 points.
Mm.
And he's supposed to be an offensive guru.
Yeah.
Michael, have we talked about Vince Dooley passing away?
I don't believe it much.
He was born in Mobile, and he was of Irish and Italian descent. He attended McGill Institute. He was an all-state player in football and basketball, and they say he was probably better in basketball. But he went to Auburn University. For college, he played and later coached under Ralph Shug Jordan. He was also in the United States Marine Corps for about 3 years. And he was a longtime coach at Georgia. He won the national championship in 1980.
With a running back named Herschel Walker.
But anyway, in his retirement, he loved gardening. And he wrote a couple of books, children's books.
What they call a master degree.
I don't know about a master gardening.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. A master gardening.
He wrote 2 children's books. How About Them Dogs and Harry Dog's Journey Through the Peach State.
Yeah,
So Vince Dooley.
I tell you what, that wife of his was something else too.
She had her own talk show.
He married to her. He had plenty of fun in life. I used to hear her on Fine Ball.
Yeah, I know it.
Boy, she would say a little bit about everything.
I know.
And Jerry Lee Lewis passed away. His real name is Elmo Kidd Lewis. Well, his dad was Elmo Kidd Lewis Sr., and his mother was Mary Mamie Herron.
If you can't remember the songs he sang, what would be a song he sang?
Great balls.
Huh?
Great Balls of Fire.
Great Balls of Fire.
He was
Goodness gracious. Great Balls of Fire. Huh?
The Killer.
They called him the Killer.
They did.
His cousins were Mickey Gilly and Jimmy Swaggart.
Oh, Jimmy Swaggart, yeah.
Mm-hmm. His parents mortgaged their farm to buy him a piano.
Oh boy.
How about that?
Yeah, I've seen some. He's had a movie about him.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid is a great actor. Dennis Quaid did a great job playing Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, that's right. Sure did. Oh, he really did, especially with his facial changes. Yeah.
And Gary Busey did a good job with
Bear Brown.
Buddy Holly. Yeah, Gary Busey. But anyway,
he actually won an Oscar for that. Great weekend. Great weekend for football. I was able to watch a lot of it. I mean, Neil Brown. I mean, bless his heart. I mean, he's got the worst luck of any coach I've ever seen in my life. They basically they're about to get beat by 3 points. So at least that was going to make the fan base happy. The line was 7.5. Never seen this before in my life, Dad.
Yeah.
So basically, all TCU's got to do late in the game is get a first down.
Yeah. Mike, we're going to take a short break. We want to take a short break and go ahead and finish up. What was that?
Well, no, I mean, it was just a crazy finish. They basically had the first down. The game's over. But they had a free play because West Virginia jumped offside. And the next thing you know, they threw it up.
Oh, boy.
Guy jumps at about the 2-yard line, catches it, falls into the end zone. They end up beating West Virginia by 10 points.
Oh, boy.
I mean, Neil just had a brutal loss.
Yeah.
And then they ended up winning the money, too.
I think he probably held his own, maybe, with good outings against those good teams.
41-31 was the final, but it should have been 34-31.
Yeah, it would have been something. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back.
At cost plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Wallace Sandals Truck Line been in business since 1959 and we'll still growing. We've been in business since 1959 and we'll still growing. Wallace Sandals Truck Line. From 1959 to 2022, we'll still growing. How many years is that, Mr. Glenn? 63. Ricky, why this T680?
Got a nice digital dashboard, easy to read.
Man, Wallace Sandals Truck Line. We got competitive pay. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We can get you home, Wallace Sandals. Come drive for the best today. Wallace Sandals Truck Line.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
I know it. Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by all of our great sponsors out there, and we appreciate them very much. And want to mention the big Camp Stew sale benefiting the Pike County Salvation Army is this Thursday. Tell us about it.
Well, it's coming up this Thursday, and it's always good. Everybody that's had it knows it's really good.
In fact, I had some last night. In fact, I had it over rice, and oh boy, that was good. Camp Stew over rice, and
somebody else does. I think it's Carter.
Yeah, and exactly. And it is really good.
John Mike.
Yeah.
Does this too.
John Mike McCall, that's the WTVF guy. Now I've already ordered mine. Now, what can they do? Can they call in and order some, or do you need to just come on by and pick up?
Oh, you might better call in and make sure you've got some reserve because it runs out really quick.
We're getting very limited on call-ins, so I call in early this morning.
Right.
So we might have to cut that off and start a reserve list today.
Okay, yeah. And again, tell them it's prepared by Carter Sanders, the world-renowned Camp Stew guy, and of course he's been doing it a long time. What makes his Camp Stew different?
I don't know.
I think he cooks it all night makes a difference.
Yeah, well, I know he cooks it all night, and he got a.
We've got 3 different meats in there. You know, chicken, pork, and beef.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's just always really good. He might have a secret recipe.
Let me tell you this. You're gonna laugh at me. This would be a great Christmas gift.
Oh,
absolutely.
Let me tell you something. You drop a whole what by the pint?
Porch.
By the quart, a whole quart of Camp Stew. Stick it on your neighbor's front porch, and have a little note there saying Merry Christmas or whatever. And they open the door and they've got supper.
You got a friend made right there.
And another thing, like I do, I freeze it. In fact, last time I ordered 5 stews and had them all freezed. And like I said, I had Camp Stew last night.
I had some over the weekend too, so
exactly right.
Still good.
Now tell us what they do, where you're located, and what this Camp Stew sale does for your program.
Our fundraisers are what keeps us going throughout the year. And Carter blesses us doing that twice a year.
Yeah.
So not only is it a blessing to the community because we're still at $10.
Yeah.
And a lot of places have had to go up, but the Lord has really blessed the store with donations, so we're able to stay at $10.
Yeah.
But it's how we keep our service center open.
Yeah. And and of course your service center they do an excellent job there too.
Thank you.
But again, this is one of the easiest ways to and I'll say this, to show your appreciation or to be behind a certain program in this town. This is what I like. I like to donate $50. Donate $50, and I get 5 Camp Stews.
That's right. That's
the way I look at it. And of course, you say you won't give $100 to the Salvation Army. Well, they're gonna give you back 10 quarts of stew.
But you better get it returned.
You cannot be. I know I'm not saying that everybody's going to order 10 or 5 or whatever, but hey, it's a great way to give.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And because another great thing that y'all always say, the money is spent right here in Troy, Alabama.
That's right. Yep. Your money stays local. When you bring something to the store, when you support a fundraiser, when you ring that bell for us, and that's coming up as well.
That's right.
Your money's here. It works here in your area with your neighbors.
Yes, you're so right. Now the bell ringers will be out, and those are wonderful volunteers that do that. And if you're interested in helping out and ringing the bell for an hour, 2 hours, whatever, call the Salvation Army today.
Right. 808-1069.
Yeah.
Is our number there. We do need help with the bell ringing. If you're a church or organization, just make a challenge among yourselves to help us out with this wonderful mission. This is our largest fundraiser that we do. We only have about 3 fundraisers a year.
Yeah. And for this time of year, the Christmas time of year, this is a wonderful time to give to the Salvation Army. And like I said just a while ago, I gave I bought 4 quarts of Camp Stew, and I paid $40 for it. And that would be my contribution.
You can write it off, can't you?
Yeah, I would. Well, can you? Yeah, we're not going to say about that.
That's
up to
between you and your accountant.
That is exactly between. Of course, this is Donna.
Any donation to the Salvation Army is tax deductible.
All right, and this is Donna McClaney Jones, and tell us who this.
This is Donna Kidd. Donna Kidd is our director
now, and does a great job. And hey, we'll go out and buy some quarts of Camp Stew, and you can't buy any better Camp Stew anywhere.
And call to sign up to ring the bell. We'll write you on the calendar.
Definitely.
That's right. Hope you've enjoyed our show, and of course we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, for Today in L.A. with Forrest Lee.
At cost plus 10%, we offer for your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.